Good morning, guys. How I zero my guns. Hello everyone, and hello TB coach, my friend. Thank you for watching my video and give me suggestion. I appreciate it and try my best to do something upgrade. Here I am. Watch your ears. My easy way of zeroing a gun, I do it in 4 steps. Before you sit down, don't forget to place the wide target board behind your target paper at 0 point. This target board must be bigger than the target paper, and the farther away the 0 point is, the larger the target board will be. The target paper size does not need to be changed. First, use a stable posture. This is to reduce the impact of your own shooting skills on the zeroing of the firearm. Second, imagine there are 2 lines in your brain. One is green dotted line for your line of sight, and the other is red dashed line for your bullet trajectory lines, and try to use your imagination to bring them into reality. Third, aim using standard aiming methods. The aiming point must fall in the center of the target paper, and the aiming point position must remain the same each time. This is very important. Fourth, shoot and adjust. You only need to shoot 1 bullet at a time, and observe the bullet impact point. By adjusting the sight, the bullet impact point gradually approaches the aiming point in the center of the target paper until it finally hits the aiming point. The adjustment of the scope is achieved through the adjustment dial. Before adjustment, please be sure to read the instruction manual of the scope to understand the performance of the scope. The adjustment of ordinary 3-dot sights is usually achieved through back-sight. At this time, the green dotted sight line and the red dashed ballistic line imagined in our mind can help us quickly find the adjustment direction. After shooting, the impact point and the barrel termination, the ejection window, can be connected to form a red dashed ballistic line in imagination, and the back sight, front sight, and the center point of the target paper can be connected to form green dotted line of sight in imagination. In imagination, take the non-adjustable point in the sight as the axis and move the green dotted sight line to become a parallel line with the red dashed ballistic line. After completion, the position of the green dotted sight line above or below the adjustable part of the sight is where we need to adjust the direction of the sight. I'm used to adjusting left and right first, then up and down, and finally zeroing my gun. Okay, now we are done with zeroing. We talk about zero here, which means 0 in 100 meters or yards. is a basic zero. The trajectory of a bullet after it is fired is affected by four major factors: bullet weight, muzzle velocity, wind, and gravity. After the distance exceeds 100 meters, the influence of these factors will become greater. Simply zeroing the horizontal trajectory is not enough to meet the needs of accurate shooting. After completing the zeroing, we will discuss two additional issues. 1. What is the precise range after zeroing? Take zeroing at the distance of 20 meters as an example. After the gun is zeroed at a distance of 20 meters, if the target is within 20 meters, the impact point of the bullet will be lower than the aiming point. The lower limit distance is the distance from the center of the sight to the center of the muzzle. The distance between points, we temporarily call it A distance. Imagine shooting when the target paper is exactly at the muzzle of the gun. Then, if the shooting target is more than 20 meters, the impact point will about aiming point an A distance at 40 meters. If it exceeds 40 meters, the upward of the ballistic trajectory is unknown. This is to say, when the gun zeroes at 20 meters, the precise controllable shooting range is actually 40 meters. And the predictable impact point is the upper and lower A distance. This will happen with any firearm that involves zeroing. If we are using a pistol with fixed sights and cannot adjust the sights, then we only need to consider the distance of the parallel trajectory. Two, is it possible for us to complete the 100-meter zero reset of the gun in a 20-meter shooting range? This is completely feasible and can be achieved by using the geometric theorem that the corresponding side lengths of the similar triangles are proportional. We have two options to achieve this. Option 1. Calculate the impact point position of the bullet on the 20-meter target paper when the gun returns to zero at 100 meters. That is the length of the blue line with a question mark in the picture. We can understand the blue line with a question mark as the distance between the line of sight and the bullet impact point. That is, when the firearm zeroes at 100 meters, its trajectory passes through the point on the target paper located at 20 meters. We first use a green dotted line to draw the line of sight when aiming and use the red dashed lines to draw ballistic lines. Then we find two similar triangles in the picture, mark the known data, and determine whether the two sets of triangles correspond to each other's size, and then we can form the geometric formula we need. For example, the A distance of my FPC is 5.5 cm. Assuming that the blue distance is x, the equation is 5.5 to x equal 100 to 80. Through calculation, we know that the distance of blue is x equal 4.4 cm. That is to say, after my FPC resets to 0 at 20 meters, I continue to shoot and adjust the trajectory downward by 4.4 cm, or if the scope is equal with the scale mark, I adjust the aiming point upward by 4.4 cm. Then I make it achieves 100-meter zeroing, and does not need to go to the 100-meter shooting range to perform shooting zeroing. We can also use the same formula to calculate the adjustment distance required for zeroing at 200 meters. 5.5 cm to x equal 200 to 180. The calculated result is x equal 4.95 cm, which is similar to the adjustment data for zeroing at 100 meters. Of course, this method is not accurate and can only roughly achieve the goal of zeroing at 100 meters. Option 2. Maybe you have noticed some small words written on the adjustment dial when adjusting the scope, usually like this: 1 click, 100 yard, 0.1 inches, which means that every click of adjustment, which will move the impact point a quarter of an inch toward adjustment position at a distance of 100 yards. We convert it into a decimal unit meter that is easier to understand and calculate. 100 yards equal 91.44 meters. A quarter of an inch equal 0.635 centimeter. We can know by calculating 0.635 divided by 91.44 by 100 equal 0.694 centimeter. That means each click adjustment will move the impact point by 0.694 centimeter at a distance of 100 meters. At this time, let's draw a picture using green dotted line to draw the line of sight when aiming. Use red dashed line to draw the ballistic line. Try to find two similar triangles in the picture and see if we can calculate when our gun zeros at 20 meters. Find its impact point at 100 meters. After observation, we think this can be calculated. Taking my FPC as an example, the A distance is still 5.5 centimeter. The formula is 5.5 to x equal 20 to 80. After calculation, x equal 22 centimeter. At this time, we combine the above data of 1 click equal 0.694 centimeter and use 22 centimeter divided by 0.694 centimeter equals 31.7 downclick. We can calculate that when the gun returns to 0 at 20 meters, we only need to adjust trajectory downward by 31 clicks, roughly achieve zeroing at 100 meters. This method is not an accurate zeroing method. Its advantage is that it only needs to complete a simple 20-meter zeroing and then perform calculation to achieve a 100-meter zeroing without the need for additional shooting adjustments. So, what if we want to use this calculation to achieve zeroing at 200 meters? What if we return to 0 from 100 meters and want to use this calculation to return to 0 at 200 meters? Each scope has its own characteristic. Please read the instructions carefully before use and adjustment to facilitate your operation. After completing zeroing, we can enjoy the fun of accurate shooting. Thank you for watching. See you next time.